Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Monday. All right, guys. Well, this is a little bit different for Channel 2, but I'm so obsessed with it. And I didn't know that we had this little potential lawsuit happening with one of the cast members because of a broken NDA. And I'm really enjoying this particular character on the show. So we're going to break it down, plus a couple of cliff notes from last night's episode and where Leslie Bibb channeled her character from. Because once again, it all goes back to Bravo. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And let's start here. I don't know if you guys were watching this last night, but here's what's going on. Thank you to page 6. White Lotus star Sam Nivola. He admitted that he broke his NDA. And yeah. That's not good. But he's coming clean. He admitted in a new interview that he broke a non-disclosure agreement by warning some of his loved ones about his shocking sex scene in the HBO series. I told my parents, but I haven't told my sister. She's bad at keeping secrets, but Sam, who's the son of actors Alessandra Nivola and Emily Mortimer, acknowledged that he was not supposed to have told anyone because he signed a lot of NDAs while working on the show. However, he also gave his girlfriend Iris Apatow the lowdown while on location in Thailand for season 3. She was there while we were shooting it. That's about it. I'm really scared about getting sued by HBO. Now, Sam, who plays Lachlan Ratliff, the child of Timothy, who is played by Jason Isaacs, and Victoria Parker Posey, on family vacation, Lachlan, a shy high school senior, looks to his older brother, Saxon, who is played by Patrick Schwarzenegger, for advice on dating and coming out of his shell, right? Well, the siblings' relationship, it takes this incestuous turn in episode 5 when they got drunk and high while partying with fellow resort guests, Chelsea and Chloe, and they end up kissing twice on a dare. But season 6, this chronicles the hungover Lachlan and Saxon slowly coming to the realization that a lot more happened that night. It goes through flashbacks, and you can see Lachlan is seen having sex with Chloe. His brother lies in the bed next to him, and at one point, he ends up reaching over to give his brother a job with his hand, if you guys know what I mean. If you guys feel me. But he told Variety that he was totally nervous to shoot the controversial scene, especially since Patrick was already like a brother to him during the production. And he said it was very weird kissing Patrick because he's a really good friend of mine. And, you know, I'm straight, he's straight. It's already weird. It felt sort of up. But they both want to be taken serious in the acting world. And this is kind of where they're at. Speaking of White Lotus, by the way, not trying to ruin anything for anybody, but if you guys did not watch the episode, oh my God. The episode opened up with Tim, who is the father of both of the brothers, contemplating taking his own life, highlighting what he's going through because he knows when he goes back to the United States, it's gonna go down. But a pivotal point also involves the brothers, right? With this scene. But the Ratliff family seeks spiritual guidance by visiting a Buddhist monastery where Piper contemplates distancing herself from her family. But then, of course, you guys know this is White Lotus, so shit's going to go down and tensions rise as Lori confronts Jacqueline over a perceived betrayal involving Valentin. Yeah. This is getting good. And I don't know if you guys remember Belinda, but Belinda's son, Zion, he unexpectedly arrived at the resort. And that complicated things for her because she had the man from the salon in her bed. So the episode ends up concluding with anticipation leaving multiple storylines and unresolved issues that are going on. And I'm hoping that Belinda doesn't get murdered. But Jason has a theory that Sam Nivola's character is going to be murdered, Lachlan. And I'm thinking he might not be off. Because if you see, Jason was explaining to me last night that when it plays, it's almost like Game of Thrones. Like the intro, you can see the little secrets and tidbits and hints as the intro is playing next to the person's name as it comes up. And next to Sam's name, you see this person laying in water, like face down. So if you wait until you see the preview for next week's episode, you'll see that Sam Nivola, the guy who plays Sam Nivola's dad, Jason Isaacs, He's covered in blood. Nobody knows what happens. But if you go back to the intro, it looks like maybe it was the brother. Maybe something happened with the brother. And the reason, Jason explained this to me, the reason he thinks that is he ended up, Lachlan, who's played by Sam, ended up staying with his sister at the Buddhist monastery. Before that, we saw where the dad sat in front of the main Buddhist at the monastery, and he was asking questions like, what happens when you die? Where do you go? What does this mean? And he said, picture yourself like when you're born, like a little drop of water coming out of the ocean, going up into the sky. And then you got to come back down. And as your life goes on, you're coming back down. And then once you finally die, you join the body of water and you return home. It's peaceful. It's like a coming home. I don't want to think about that anytime soon, but it sat with the dad, right? So then the mom was like, you're not staying at this monastery. And if you're going to stay at this monastery, listen, I won't bother you. I won't support you, but I won't bother you anymore about it. But you have to stay here one night. Well, the brother Lachlan, played by Sam Nivola, ends up saying, listen, I'll stay with you. And they sit there and they're praying. And this is where the main Buddhist is talking about clear your mind, accept whatever comes into it. And he realizes the hand job situation. And I'm wondering if we're going to get into the death conversation. So it might actually be Lachlan who is the one who is taken out of the game in this. Or Jason could be totally wrong. Long story short, season 3 is great. Now, on top of that, I did want to say this Leslie Bibb part right here because I thought that this was great. Thank you to Reality T. But actually, I'm just going to play it for you. I'm going to play the clip. Hold on. Present. Here we go.
You're a Housewives
Yes.
gal. Did you base your character? Would you say your character has shades of any of the gals we love?
I always sort of do. I mean, didn't Bravo have like that Rachel Zoe
Yeah.
project? I based one character totally on some part of Rachel Zoe's, like, that world. This one, God, I'm trying to think. I know there was, because I was watching it. I would for sure, when you said how are you getting your Bravo there?
Yeah.
I was watching The Real Housewives always before scenes. I don't even know. Sometimes I just watch it and I just see what seeps in, as that sounds crazy. And then like, I don't even know what's permeating.
Yeah.
Or there'll be something I can't remember, but I know I was watching a lot of Beverly Hills was happening, and that was felt in the right
right.
OC too.
So
maybe a little OC, maybe there's a little Heather Dubrow in her, maybe.
I like hearing that. I like when our actors channel our Bravo. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Do you think Sam Nivola will be sued for breaking his NDA by HBO, or do you think it wasn't that big of a deal? It's actually a huge deal if you guys don't know. It's a massive deal. But pop off. Let me know. Love you guys. Bye.